got your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music is My Business, and we are live on Urban Grind Radio, rocking with the Behind the Grind series. And my co-host,
you already know what it is. It's Puerto Rican Creative. You create, I design. Welcome in.
Yo, y'all already know what it is. SMG Zello, aka Thought Boy Zello, the Talk a Lot artist, man.
aka Baby Sauce.
Here we go.
We in it. So we're back. Another episode of Behind the Grind. And what's really great, I thank you guys for joining me again today. What's great about is Behind the Grind is we get to step behind the curtain of the music industry with this exclusive series. And what we do is we delve deep into the unseen gears, kind of the power that generates the entertainment industry. And we give people a rare glimpse of the essential roles, duties, and services that are needed if you want to survive in this industry. And behind every successful person, I can guarantee that somebody is doing this stuff and making these gears turn. So what we wanted to talk about today was the service DJ pack, right? So you guys ever heard of a service DJ pack?
Yeah, most definitely. I heard of a service DJ pack.
As a model and a makeup artist, I have not. So I will be coming into this with a fresh mindset.
That's good. So that's why we're here. So the service DJ pack is very essential. It's for artists that are looking for promotion, and they want to specifically, it's marketed to a DJ, right? And what we did is we put together a detailed list here. So how to create one, what is a service pack? So service pack refers to a promotional package specifically tailored for DJs, and they contain essential materials that assist the DJs in promoting your song and promoting a particular track or release. A service pack includes a curated selection of assets and information designed to cater to the needs of the DJ. Now, that's saying a whole lot, but what it's saying is it's a way of delivering music to the DJs in a format they want. Because, listen, artists, they're not going to take your Spotify link and take it and put it in the club. They're not going to go to your iTunes or your Instagram and snatch it. If you want to build something with the DJs, you got to get in front of them.
Yeah, you definitely got to go build those relationships, right. Yeah.
And especially now, there's a lot of services you can pay and have it sent directly, and there's others that you just need to go out on the grind and go develop them relationships.
Well, the purpose, for those that don't know, of a DJ service pack is to streamline the process for DJs to discover, evaluate, and incorporate new music into their performances. By providing DJs with a comprehensive package of music files, remixes, technical details, and promotional materials, artists and labels can increase the visibility and accessibility to their music with the DJ community. This ultimately leads to more exposure, potential, and collaborations.
Most definitely.
So how do you feel about that?
That's the same way we, like, in terms of, like, I'm understanding it as, like, models putting together their best work in their portfolio and submitting it to agencies.
Correct. But this is more specific for the purpose of that particular song.
Right.
Right. Awesome.
And now, and a question for this, like, do you send in to DJs randomly when you start off?
No.
Or is it like, are you gearing towards the same genre as you?
I'm glad. That's a great question, and we're gonna talk about that here. Is you want to definitely target DJs that are in your genre and people that play it. If you're targeting a house DJ and with a hip hop track, it's probably not gonna hit. Just like if you do runway and you're trying to, like, target another kind of agency. If you got to know your audience. So
yeah,
absolutely.
Know your audience. That's what I learned over the time, too. Once you know your audience, you're going to know, the DJs you can work with ultimately. And then sometimes, once you get more familiar with it, they're going to be able to come to you over time if you promote yourself right.
Absolutely. So definitely want to know who your audience is, and this is a way to target specifically. This is kind of just like a checklist and a format. But go ahead, man. Take it away.
Yeah, and this is how they are mostly distributed. So DJ service packs are often distributed digitally through specialized platforms or directly by artists and labels to DJs, radios, DJ clubs, DJs, and music curators who are influential in shaping trends and playlists within the music industry. The content of a DJ service pack may vary depending on the target audience and promotional strategy of the artist or label.
So That said a lot. Do you understand what that means?
It's kind of self-explanatory. So it's basically getting that you gonna get what you gonna get what you pay for when you come in with these DJ packs. You could tell like and depending on who you go to, it's different services and the different deals you could do to get the content. For whoever you working for. You see what I'm saying? So.
Well, I guess, yeah, but what it should be now is it should be standardized in the music industry. So most of the time, most artists and entertainers we work with, you'll see them, they'll go to the studio, right? They'll record, they'll lay down their stuff, they'll say, hey, give me a bounce, give me that MP3, send me a wave file, and I'm good. Well, essentially, you should have a copy of that session, that actual Pro Tools session, and if you're smart, you just travel with a thumb drive, external drive, get a copy of the session. And I'm gonna tell you why, because there's a list of stuff you're gonna need. So when you put together, the purpose of a service pack for DJs is essentially so the DJ can have the clean version, because if he's mixing somewhere on the radio, obviously you can't curse unless it's satellite. So he needs a clean version of the song to mix into it, right? But when he goes to the club and he wants to bring it back, he's not gonna play the clean version. So he's gonna need an explicit version of that song. The explicit version, because that way he can rock it in different places.
Yeah, definitely.
He's gonna need an acapella. So the acapella is just the vocals from the song. So they bounce just the song without the music. Mm-hmm. And then you put that on a track and it's just gonna have the vocals. Then you're gonna give him an instrumental. An instrumental is just gonna be just the music itself. Then there's remixes. People do extended remixes, house remix. And the reason is the more you give them, the more they can do with it. So if you're doing makeup and you only have 2 colors, you got to get really creative. But if you give them like a full kit, like a makeup kit with all the different shades, then obviously you can do more. In this business, most time if they don't have a service pack, they don't even like take it serious, like, because they can't do nothing with it. They want and the key when you're sending out music, you want to have music that fits with that DJ's playing. So if it's a little baby, right, and they want to be able to come out of what's hot right now and blend into your music, they might just lay the vocals on. They might start with the instrumental. So that's what the point of the service pack. And a lot of times, me and Saucy Sinister were talking, right? He's like, you make it, right? You make the pack and you have it. But if we don't do nothing with it, this is the point. So I want people not only to get in the habit of getting their files and their sessions, but creating this service pack. So when they say, hey, I'm working a record, and they can send it to us and other DJs, and you'll get respect for that, because hey, at least this guy is respecting me, like presenting me with something that I can work with.
Most definitely.
Right. So music files. So that's kind of the things we were talking. For number 1 on the list is the files. It's the original song, wave or MP3, and it should be mastered. Like the stuff you did it, and if you go to your car and it sounds bogus, and you got to turn the bass all the way up or something to hear it, it's not mastered. It's not ready for release. So mastering is an important part of music. Now an MP3 is obviously a smaller waveform than a wave. Give the guys both. So the original, we're assuming is explicit, or it can be. The original version, the dirty version. I mentioned the instrumental and the acapella. And any remixes. Now people will do club remixes. They do all kind of different remixes. Now if you have that, include it with them. So they may play it, they may go and want to remix it themselves. And number 1, if they don't got the music, what can they do?
Right.
So what do you think's next is really important, Athena?
Basically like your cover art on your work. So how you present your work, like how them expensive perfumes are and them heavy bottles, or like in makeup, like they have the heavy liquid foundation bottles for like that more expensive stuff. So it's like basically like make your stuff look presentable, make it look like somebody wants to be intrigued by it, depending on your audience that you're targeting, of course. And your biography, the artist bio. So you have to go ahead and like tell them who you are, but make it concise. Put it into maybe a paragraph or 2, because not everybody has an attention span to read 2 paragraphs, stuff like that anymore. And like professional photos, obviously for us models, it's more like our comp cards and our cover photos and stuff like that. For artists, I don't know what they're called. It could be called the same thing.
Promotional photos.
Promotional photos then. you know, like those are the ones that you want everybody to see. You don't want everybody to see the lacks. You don't want everybody to see the behind the scenes. You don't want everybody to see the bumps and the weird stuff in your skin and all your other stuff, unless you want people to see that. That's authentically you. But also the contact information.
Why would that be important?
I was a little confused by this, though. I'm not gonna lie to you because
talk to me.
It said the contact information for artist contact is to provide up-to-date contact details for the artist or their management team.
Right.
So do some artists not even put their contact on stuff?
No, listen.
Or are those like just starters?
No, that's the thing is.
Or do you just have to be that selective artist that's like, you don't get to talk to me?
No, I think it's although I'm not an artist, I've been in management for 20 years, and the important thing and we're going through this now with some people that recent signees, is that when you're an artist and you're doing the business, number one, you become too accessible for people. And once you become accessible, then you become regular, then there's not a value to your time, there's not a value to your service, because they feel like, oh, that's my guy, I can text him. Number two, you gotta have, your management's gonna have the I call them the uncomfortable conversations, right, of what needs to be done in exchange for what, and those are the money conversations. So if you two guys have a great relationship, you're co-workers, you're cool as hell, now all of a sudden you're doing makeup for his video and you gotta be like, yo, I charge like $200, it's gonna be like $175, Saucy, you know what I'm saying, like per person, because I need my bread, right? And now depending on your relationship, now some people might assume they're getting it for free or whatever, and that's where you have management, you have policies, and what they are essentially is you're setting expectations up front.
They're the enforcers.
Yeah, they're expectations, and so you guys don't have to have that uncomfortable conversation.
Well, as makeup artists, how do you get an enforcer?
And so you gotta have management or a management team. That's the people that represent you. So that way I can be like, listen, Zello, Saucy, Dina charges $200 a person, but because we got shout out Sinister, man.
Shout out SMG,
because
man.
we have a couple of people, we're agreed to a discount rate of $150 or whatever, right? So we have that business conversation. You say, all right, I'll take it to my managers, right? I don't even talk. Zello got management. That's shout out Sinister. So I would go to him and I'd have that conversation with him, and then he would decide, and that way you guys keep your hands clean.
Right.
And you guys stay free, and you have the ability to kind of float in it. And what happens is, and I talked about this before, and I'm real passionate, there's people that are in the music industry, right? And there's people that are in the music business. There's a big difference. The difference is the business, all right?
Okay.
If you're everybody's friend and you just show up at everything and you're there all the time on the scene, then you become common. Because you're friendly with everybody, but you're not making money off everyone. It's always gonna be a favor. Hey, come through and do this for me. Hey, can you come perform? I need you to DJ. Can you come cover my thing? So,
and there's my travel fee too.
I threw that
right.
a lot.
That happens,
this
right?
upcoming year, definitely.
Now when you have management and you have a team involved, so you say, listen, I got a management team. And what that does is that takes a lot of the discretion out of your hands and say, look, I got a team and this is how we do things in a team. And just, I want to do it. I'm totally interested in doing this. I just need you to talk to Sinister and we'll figure it out. And so that not only gives you an opportunity to take that out of your hands and ask for more money or ask for money in general and create a business relationship with being in the music business as opposed to the industry, but that also gives you an opportunity to strategize with your team and say, listen, this is a good idea. And maybe we're not making a lot of money on this, but maybe this is an opportunity to do more of these. Maybe this is an outlet that I've never even considered before. So that's the strategy of a management team. If you're paying it, it's not just to take their percentage, it's more to come up with a strategy and say, hey, help me have these conversations. Or what am I worth? What can I charge? I might feel
I had to learn that too. That definitely helped me out too. I had to learn my worth too.
I'm struggling with that
and once
right
you
now.
stand on
that's
that,
honesty.
Once you stand on that, people hate that though.
No, but it's like, how do you?
They hate that.
Okay, so I'm in this weird little spot as like an entrepreneur starting her business, right, and doing like deals and stuff, and finalizing the website. So I'm finalizing my prices. Now, for the people that booked with me before,
tickets going up.
They're expecting, like, oh, I was with you before, so now it's still that price, and they get so flabbergasted at the fact that like my prices have gone up, and that's what the price is now. I'm offering like a deal right now. If you go on my page and share it, there's a deal up right now, and any makeup that you want that gets booked for, it'll be that deal applied right now, but it only can be shared through April. So that's what I have going on right now, and everybody's like, oh, that's expensive.
Well, listen.
That's expensive. So am I charging too much, or am I just like targeting the wrong audience?
Listen, if it comes down to money, you don't want to have a thing, they call it the race to the bottom. So if us three are selling the same product and all we're doing is cutting each other's price, you sell it for $1, I'm going to sell it for 90 cents, Zella's going to sell it for 70 cents, and we just race to the bottom, right? And nobody's making any money. And a lot of people that have consumer, vision, they just go for the cheapest. Those are essentially not the people that are going to tend to be successful. They're not the people that believe in investing in themselves
or be consistent
and be realistic in this business.
As a
what
client.
Other career or dream can you go and invest no money in, expect everyone else to do the work and spend the money and make it? There is nowhere else. You can't do it. It's not realistic. So if those people don't understand the value, then those ain't the people to work with. And I'm sorry. And
that's going to be a lot of people out here.
Listen, and people that know me and they can say what they want. I am not hard to deal with. But I'm not easy to play with. I'm not gonna let you play with me. And I've been doing this 22 years, so I'm able to see things coming. And you'll run into these situations of, hey, is this person playing around? But when you understand value and say, listen, not only do I great makeup, but I'm also a personality. I'm also a model. I'm an entertainer. I host because I bring a better value. There's no comparison to what we offer. And that's how I feel about UrbanGrindTV. There's podcasts. I've seen them come. I've seen them go. There's dope ones all over. There's people that do great stuff. But what you have to worry about and focus on as a model, as an artist, as a business owner, as an entertainer, an entrepreneur, is what value can you bring. If you want to be a valuable person, then you have to bring value to people. We're here of service, right? They got to hire us for our time so that we're here to serve. It's no different than being in a relationship or having children is where they're at their service. So it's the same thing, and people have to understand it. It's just about valuing, understanding.
Listen to them cook, man.
The money.
I gotta listen to them cook,
because
man.
This is something that's true, right? I see it, and a lot of people don't want to have those uncomfortable conversations and be like, oh, why the money? Do you want to be the artist that's there 3 hours early, performs, and then an hour and a half after the show, you're sticking around waiting for your money? And the promoter's busy. He sees you, he knows he owes you, but he's not gonna look for you, right? So do you wanna be the person that's like standing around waiting for your cash? Or do you wanna be like, well, the manager sent the paperwork over, I had the money when you booked it, the other half, when I arrive at the venue before my artist gets out the car, the other money's in our hand, and then we go and we perform. And we have a contract, and we have a set expectations of how long we're going to do there and what kind of job we're going to create. And I think that's what happens a lot of times with young entrepreneurs, people that are doing things and we're still finding our way, is that we don't set expectations early enough. We don't say, hey, I'm going to do this great job for you, and I'm going to turn around, but I need to get paid on this because my time is money. You know, and so I feel that's a problem that I've ran into is I've jumped into business opportunities and relationships for entrepreneurs and like collaborations, joint ventures, and say, hey, this is a great idea. We both have the vision, but what I didn't do early enough is I didn't set expectations. Say, listen, I'm expecting this out of you. And if we do that as business owners, as entrepreneurs, producers, studio owners, makeup artists, models, and say, hey, this is my rate card. Are you interested in booking me? Let me send you over the link to my website. It has all my rates on there. But actually, you know, I would love to work with you. I could probably maybe get you a better rate. But that's your price, and your price is your price. And it goes down to the same thing of like people that are like the casino strategy, the minnows, the dolphins, and the whales. The minnows are the smallest people. They spend the least amount of money in any business, okay? And they are the biggest pain in the butt. They want the most from you. They're going to call you the most, and they're going to drive you the craziest, and they're going to spend the least amount of money.
With the most details, being the most specific, but want the cheapest motherfucking deal.
So you understand?
Yes.
So those are the minnows. The dolphins spend a little bit more money, right? And then they're actually
like, all right, it's worth it.
They're a little bit easier to deal with because they understand value. Now, the whales are the people that keep businesses afloat, like a majority of them, unless they're like corporate franchise. Those are the whales that are people that you'll get 2 or 3 of those a year. They'll spend a good chunk of money. This is statistically, this is not my opinion. And those keep businesses going, small businesses, because they're like, oh, I got a contract. He does like 4 shows a year, and this is going to bring an X amount. Those are the whales. And you know what those people are? Easier to deal with. John knows. Those are like the coolest people. You don't have any issue with them. They're fun to work with.
You could probably go out for dinner afterwards, have a drink with them, and they're
they're being realistic. And
they're people, you know.
So that's the biggest thing is a lot of time, you know, especially in management or working with artists or just being friendly is they will want you to over deliver, and they'll be like, you could do that, right? You could do that, right? And because they're seeking immediate gratification. They really don't care that it's not realistic. They just want you because we're friendly to tell me what I want to hear. Tell me what I want to hear for the moment because it'll make me feel good. And you are under the pressure of saying, I don't want to tell them that is not even realistic or that's not fair to me in price or it's just not doable.
Because then what happens? Like we lose that money, we lose that client.
You lose the time.
Everything else becomes she's too expensive. She's too expensive. Word of mouth is really crazy right now.
So that's the point is if you set the expectations and you be realistic about stuff, you do is you eliminate a lot of the BS. And if something does happen, there is a miscommunication. What I do, and I've had a lot of them, I'll call them and I'll be like, hey, here's the contract, here's the agreement, here's what our guideline of what we agreed to already, and we can just let's review it. Maybe there's something that you don't understand about it. I want to help you understand it, and let's figure this out. Now, that's the new me. The old one, they didn't get that. But as we mature and we do better, that's how we got to move. So now we're in technical specs. There's only 10.
That leads me to this is one of the biggest ones that a lot of my homies or some of my friends, you know, that don't understand, you know, like not the first one, but song information too is include detailed metadata for the song. Like title, artist name, release date, and genre.
Yes.
Technical requirements. Specify in any technical details DJs may need to know, such as BPM, beats per minute, and key of the track.
BPM is so important.
Why?
I ain't even know what BPM was for a minute. Like I had wrote songs for a long time and didn't even know what BPM was until I had got around like the producer, you know. And when I found out what beat per minute was, it really amazed me to know like how many people don't understand why it's so important to have this. Like it just blew my mind.
It's the speed of your track. It's the speed it's the beats per minute. It's how fast the track moves. So if you're doing a live mix, right, a lunch mix, and you're turned up and you're at 110, whatever. I'm not a DJ, so don't beat me up, guys. And I'm mixing, and like your BPM's in the 90s, I know it's gonna slow down. So that gives a person, a DJ, as he's planning his set or he's playing something, it gives him a look and say, oh, I know that'll fit. This is gonna be another mix that I'm gonna do. So it's information, technical information, and like when the song data, because remember, we're talking about MP3s now and WAV files. There's no like CD. Like you can email it and it's worldwide in minutes. And if some guy in France that doesn't even speak English gets it and he's like, I love this, I want this record, without the artist name, the title, the release date, all the genre, they don't even have a way to contact you if you're not Googleable. There's a lot of people that ain't. You might be like Johnny Two Guns as a rapper, but your Instagram is lithium battery 1. It's some outrage. It doesn't match, right? Right. So the song information, and you know that's one of the things we do with the registration, where you literally are able to add it into the MP3, into the info that anybody can access it and look at it. You can put links, you put all the info, and you're like, man, this is dope. So what a DJ will do, they'll see it and they'll be like, man, you know what? I like this Zello joint. I'm gonna hit Zello because I'm playing it, and I'm gonna see if he'll give me a drop. So a DJ will literally email and say, hey, send me some, I'm playing your song, I want you to intro it. And you'll be like, yo, this is Thought Boy Zello, and I'm rocking with DJ Showtime. And this is my new record, you know, talk a lot. So you give them that, and that's what we talked about, building the relationships with the DJs. Now they have something personalized, something that they can flex. And without that contact information, without that name, because even in translations, things get lost, right? So we got to think we're in a worldwide spectrum, and there's no hard copy. It's literally digital. It's on a MP3. That drives me nuts when people send me photos or files and it just says like picture 103. I don't know who you are. Right. I take the time to label it, and you should too, because it's more professional. And once you download it and it's in a desktop with a million other files, you're just gonna get lost in the mix. It's your proper presentation.
Most definitely.
So that, I mean, do you see why it makes sense in the song information?
Yeah, I definitely, man. Promotional materials, one sheet or press release. Create a one-page document summarizing key information about the release, including notable features, collaborations, and upcoming projects. So like with this one I had questions about.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So with the creating a one-page document summarizing the key information about the release. So that's just basically like the description, right?
So it's basically a one-page sales ad for you. It has the bio, it has the information, it's gonna have the song.
For that
Zello
single.
was featured on BET. He was. Zello is a iTunes chart-topping artist. So these are notable things, right, that are gonna be listed. So when I read you and I have 10 more to look at, I'll say, man, this guy's accomplished. He's done something. I want to check him out. It's a pitch for the song. Okay. It's a pitch with the information, and that's why it says notable features, collaborations. You might have some big collaborations with people that other people may know. So you want to have that information on it. And one sheets is what like everybody lived and died off when we had like CDs and records. Like I remember making the one sheets, and it would have like a picture of the CD cover. We would have the UPC, the ISRC code, the links to the thing, a small bio, and like the contact information in there. And we would have like print them out, and we print them on nice paper, like a little thicker, and we would pass them out to like the radio programmers, the DJs, the host personalities, like, hey, let me give you my one sheet. And then eventually that kind of went to like APKs, electronic press kits online, which are obviously they cost less money. You don't have to physically mail. You can say, hey, give me your number or give me your email. I'll have it over to you. Boom, and within minutes they'll have it. So the press kit was so important because that was like your resume.
Okay.
Essentially.
So it's the resume.
Resume, right.
Okay.
And the one sheet, but generally you're going to be doing a one sheet or a press release on a particular like song you're promoting. You want
so this is for like probably every project? Or
yeah, whatever you're releasing, you should have something.
Yep, for every project.
Just like a press release alone, and we haven't done as much as we should. The press releases are great because they give you SEO, the search engine optimization. So when you post stuff and they put in .boyzello, now you have your press release that went out to 200 news sources. Now your story and your link and your stuff is on 200 other sources. Okay. Now they have links and you're in their SEO. So these one sheets are major. People don't like this. Spend the time making them anymore. We have like web pages and other things, but I don't think I still see the value of it. And I love now is we have QR codes. So we can incorporate like
5, 10 different links in one QR
different
code.
QR codes, and you can host, your one sheet on your website. They can scan it. They can scan your merchandise wherever you put the QR code, and it'll automatically download it to them. Now you have creative ways to integrate your stuff, but one sheets are so important because look, if I say I'm Urban Grind, look me up on Instagram. We have a lot of content, but if not everybody does, you really don't have the full idea of what you does. You might just say, oh, she models. I don't know she was a makeup artist. Right. I didn't know you were a host. I didn't know you were an actor. Right. So it's hard to get that from like Instagram, and that's why I was pushing Athena. I say, hey, get your website done because the website helps you tell the whole story.
Most definitely.
Right? And that's your space, and you're able to sell. Because I say like this: if it's a video, and you send somebody a YouTube link, and I watch your video, and I like it, our attention span, what happens? There's 10 other related videos here with big artists. There might be a girl in the thumbnail, right? Oh, there might be a nice car, whatever you're into. Yeah. Now I just clicked on it, I forgot all about you.
Yeah.
But it's like when you click on it, now you're in the store, you're in Walmart, right? You know how you start buying all kind of stuff and grabbing things because
you just start
now,
scrolling for a little bit.
You're in their world and you're on my website and you can kind of connect with what we got. with limited distractions.
That's a different type of promotion right there. That's different. That's a different type of promotion.
So I mean, that's why it all leads back. It makes sense. Like, listen, if you want to make music, just make music. It's fun. It's beautiful. It's something that everybody has a right to do. But if you want to be in the music business, these are tips that like you got to do. There's no circumventing. You can't go around it. If you don't do it, you'll be paying somebody to.
Yeah, and all that leads into social media links. Look, y'all can go look at my IG TV_Zello, man. Y'all already know. Under my bio, I got all my projects that I released with videos because I know y'all love the videos. You feel me? No Faces, Viral, Talk a Lot. I got I got everything up there with the video to it. So most definitely, you can only add 5 links though. But with the social media links, provide links to the artist's official social media profiles to encourage engagement and follow up. That's what most definitely I did.
You want the DJs following you, right? How do you know they even got the record? DJs following me. Now I can hit on my Instagram. Hey man, did you check out my record?
First of all, who wouldn't wanna, put their work out there? You see what I'm saying? To show what you did to be able to put it on your social media.
Most people.
You need that.
Well, let me tell you why. Let me tell you what it is.
That's something you need. You see what I'm saying?
Unconsciously, this is my humble opinion, 22 years in the business. Unconsciously, a good percentage of people, when they make music, they think that, hey, I want to reach a lot of people and I want to reach the most people on Instagram and YouTube, and they're thinking the fans and the end user, right, the audience, where you need a lot of money to get there. It's possible. There's viral. You have the opportunity. But why not focus on a few people like DJs, record executives, management, other people like that, where that smaller pool of people will get you in front of the larger audiences. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, like, you need to drive.
How do you know who are the smaller pool of people that like you can
do in your industry?
Yeah.
So like, okay, for us, if I say, hey, I want to break an artist, there's only X amount of major record labels. So now I start Googling A&Rs. Who handles the A&R, the artist and repertoire? Who does the signing? Who looks for the talent for these labels? You make a list. You get the email. You start following them all on social media. Start looking who they signed. Oh, maybe they signed somebody like me. And then those are the people you start targeting. Yes, they're going to be hard to get to. Is stuff readily available? No, but this is a grind if you really want it. It's going to be just as much work to trying to reach and nail one of those 30 people that can change your life, as opposed to reaching, let's say, 3,000 people on Instagram, but they ain't gonna do nothing for you.
Exactly.
And they might like it or whatever, but you may reach one person in the industry that says, you know what, my guy owns a studio. You know how many people I've met like that? Because they found us like that. Hey, they bring me someone. Hey, my guy needs management. He needs this. We need that. So that brings you opportunities for collaboration, because those people have a network of people that are doing what you want to do, where the average audience member is not. And if they're buying your music, that's fine. But if 99 cents, by the time you break it down, you're clearing 50 cents, who cares? Let's get with the people that make the difference. Get with UrbanGrindTV. Get with other people out there doing it. Build a network, and actually that has a field of people that you want to work with.
Most definitely.
Because those are actually the decision makers as opposed to the employee. Shout out my man Randy. Randy taught me a thing, and he said, look, never take a no from someone that can't tell you yes. Never take a no from someone that can't tell you yes. So why are we talking to people because they can't even give me a yes? I don't want to deal with them. We go to there's no gatekeepers, there's an industry, and there's people that are involved. It might be somebody that just invests money in you. A friend of a family say, you know what, I got some money I want to invest. What's your dream? Then you got to have a plan. That's another show. But so I don't know. And to me, it's like some people are going to go viral. Yeah, you might want to reach that audience, but why not make yourself presentable? Fish. Make yourself for people that can make a difference. Oh, I can sign you to a makeup dealership, a makeup contract. There's people that do that. Right? So you target those are the people, those are your audience, because those people will automatically put you in front of a bigger light. Maybe they don't sign you, but they'll know who you are. They're going to watch you. They're going to follow you. They're going to be checking for you. It's the same thing in the industry. People are not always going to jump to work with you or not. They might sit back and see, like, is this person serious? Are they going to make it? There's a lot of different things that people do. So this is the politics, right, of life and of the industry and how you move. So you want to reach the big school of fish or go for the big tuna? Like,
exactly.
The big tuna is going to feed everybody as opposed to us chasing these little minnows.
Oh, bro.
So, I mean, there's no wrong way to do it, but in my opinion, like, that's more probable because we don't have the money to reach all these people. And if I did, what are the chances? What kind of engagement? Are they going to buy a ticket? Are they really going to be a supporter? They're going to say, oh, that was cool. But the Tuna's in the business of getting people tickets. He's in the business of throwing events. He's in the business of creating content. So that's the person you want to work with. Right. And you can't be scared. I've heard a lot of people, you'll meet someone, say, oh, yeah, I heard this about dude. Who cares? You know, and they might even have that firsthand experience. They might be something they've heard from someone else. So give everybody an opportunity, give everybody a chance, make your own opinions, have your own experience with them, and I think you can do something really awesome. They talk about the licensing information. Yeah. So if there's any licensing terms, if you say, hey, if you want to license me, you want to use my music for your intro, your show, whatever, here's the terms. This is how you contact us. Read the fine print, right? Paperwork, people, process, and product. That's so important.
Legal and copyright information. Licensing information clearly states any licensing terms or permissions associated with the use of the music for DJ sets or remixing.
Yep.
Most definitely.
The license is the rules. So also in this format, we're gonna have it on UrbanGrindTV.com. They just sign up for the mailing list and they can select what they want and they'll be able to download this. What I did is I created a sample email for the DJ pack. So with this sample email, you can literally copy paste this, put your information, send an email. Look, if I just get a generic email, don't even have like Urban Grind is nothing addressed to me. There's 50 other people in the two field, right? You didn't even care to BC City others, and it says like my song. It's very ignorant.
Porque yo no tengo eso.
I don't speak Spanish, you know that. You don't have this? All right. No habla. So look. You can copy paste this.
Why y'all always want to leave the Puerto Rican out of things? No, we got to pause this right now because we really have to talk about this. This is an ongoing issue right now. Where is this? No, why is it back there?
I don't know. Yours is a little different.
Why I get the retarded one?
Because you're a little different. We don't use words like that.
You see this?
She's different. So we give her the sample email. What we could do is copy and paste the sample email. And it's just basically addressed, let people know, hey, I rock with you, I follow your show. I had artists that have been booked on like bigger platforms, like for DJs, like to get interviewed. And what everybody that told me that did the booking, they said, listen, he likes when he knows something about him. If he's a big guy and you're a small fish, you're coming on his platform.
They're very pompous.
They want to know that's respect. You're coming on. You're using their platform that they're providing for you. Out of respect, you should know. No, you should at least have some knowledge of that person. Because if not, why are you on the show?
But why do they want to talk for hours about themselves?
Nobody said hours. That's being excessive. That's being excessive. So what I was saying.
Don't the big fish usually like talking?
The point is that if you extended someone an interview on this show.
Right. And
they came on and they don't even know who you are, like, oh, you model?
No, it's understandable. It's understandable to at least know your host or know who's who's coming to you. Yes, but to
imagine
know
this.
Everything is crazy.
No, nobody said everything. But imagine this. Imagine that host has been in the industry for 30 years, has notoriety, and is very distinguished, and he's on a platform with 45 million people. What that says is just put some respect on his name. That's it. So know who you're dealing with, respect people. I call people sir, yes or no sir, like my peers, my elders. It's respect. It's always something because you're never going to go wrong with respect. You'll never lose. If you want to be G, that's the most G stuff is respect. Like anybody can be ignorant. And that just comes down to our ability to control our emotions and how we feel. Because we're
temperate.
This is
temperance.
All right,
so passionate industry.
So how long is too long in a conversation?
So I did. It's 2 paragraphs.
Like how do you?
So I said, I hope this email finds you well. My name is Dot Boy Zello. I'm a hip hop artist based in Chicago. I've been following your sets and Power 92, and I've been impressed by your selections. You know, make this yours, all right? I'm excited to share my latest song. Attached in the email, you'll find a high quality version, including the original mix, a clean radio edit, instrumental, a cappella versions for remixing. Here's a brief review of my background, so you give them a little snap on your bio, right? And you say, hey, I believe this song would resonate with your audience. And I would love to hear your feedback. Ask them for something. Say, hey, can I get your feedback on it? If they take the time to listen to it and they like it, they may play it. That's what DJs want it for, or they may say, you know what, this ain't me. What else you got? And either way, it creates an opportunity to spark a conversation and build a relationship. And then you thank them. Thank you for considering my music. I look forward to the possibility of collaborating or connecting with you in the future. So even if it's a no now, don't get mad. I've had people like get mad you didn't get picked first round. It doesn't matter. Leave that door open. Keep it happy. You're not going to win. This is not the everybody gets a trophy. I know it's that generation, but not in the music industry because the real world don't work like that.
Yeah.
Not you got to earn that trophy. And that's okay. People are going to tell you no. I've been told no. I've been laughed at, had doors slammed. I said it would never work. It doesn't matter. You have to have that reserve in you. And it's follow-up. I'll bug them. If I want somebody, I will bug them. I'll email them every day. I will
take a chance, too. Cause
you have to do it.
At first, this is just an example, too, but at first I thought this person I reached out to wasn't going to reach back out to me. She a Chicago artist. Shout out She Go Cream. And she actually listened to my music, and she told me how she liked it, and she gave me some feedback, and you see what I'm saying? But me thinking that I just did it on some, I ain't think that she was gonna reply back on some, you see what I'm saying? Thinking like they up that type, but actually some people be down to earth, some people be willing to work, so just take a chance.
And you don't know people's time, their situation, what they got going on.
Or how long their request box is.
Right.
Yeah.
They might have a bunch of stuff and then not get to it. You can't take it personal. When you see those people in person, you're out. That gives you opportunity to politic with them. But this the DJ service pack. It's the breakdown of what artists, what they need when they're sending music out to DJs, what the different versions of music is, what's expected, and what should be included when you send out a service pack, and why it's important. So we'll have all the information on the website, UrbanGrindTV.com /contact. They can just go on there, fill out the contact form, ask what they. Click on what they want. Everything's gonna be available in the book coming out. You guys got any feedback for the segment? This was great. We had good.
Hey, I learned a lot.
Yes.
It was my job today to be kind of controversial and kind of ask the questions that are kind of like weird, kind of like
Not
new
weird.
to everybody. Well, not weird, but like new to everybody. To kind of like gain further information since I came into this not knowing anything. So I learned a lot.
Yeah,
I hope you guys did too, by the way.
As a young artist, speaking for the ones who who don't got as much guidance as I do, you see what I'm saying? Like, these are some great gems that you definitely need to like push yourself to do better and strive to do better, because this is what it's gonna take. This is why it's behind the grind. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
This is why it's that. So, these are the gems that you're gonna need to push your career to the next level if that's what you want,
And that's the whole point. If I have people out here that know everything, how can we learn everything?
Exactly.
And Athena, you're gonna ask questions from the perspective of a new artist, anyways, because they ain't gonna know. It's worse than some people think they know everything and we can't help them. But that's great because you're gonna ask real, honest questions, and these are the same questions that people are gonna have at home. So, Zello, where can they find you at if they want to tap in, man?
Man, y'all already know. Y'all can find me on YouTube everywhere, Thought Boy Zello, Vivo, Thought Boy Zello, on IGTV_Zello, Facebook, Thought Boy Zello, you feel me? SMG Zello everywhere, Thought Boy Zello everywhere. You already know what it is, man.
And y'all already know where to find me, PuertoRican.creative. And if you need your makeup done by any means necessary, MUA.PR.creative on Instagram. You already know it's the same way for TikTok, PuertoRican.creative. Try to find me, I got you.
It's your boy Wally, a.k.a. Mr. Music is My Business. This has been Behind the Grind. Thank you guys so much, man.
Thank you.
Keep
Appreciate
rocking
it.
with us. You can follow us at UrbanGrindTV on all social media. And if they want to hit us up, 888-380-1913. Hit the line up and get your grind up. Let's go.